This video was produced by the Top Cut. Be sure to check out thetopcut.net, your home for Pokemon TCG, tournament coverage, professional game analysis, and interviews with the best players in the world. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, this is Pram and welcome back to Game 3 of the top 4 at Delaware States. So Game 1, just give you guys a little recap, and I guess for any of you spoiler-loving fans, Game 1, Luke won, came down to a Mewtwo hit, or a game down to Luke knocking out Mewtwo for the last 2 prizes. Game 2, Stephan took down Luke when, Luke just kind of had no supporters for a prolonged period of time, and then Stephan just ran away with the game, and now we're going into Game 3 with Luke getting to go first, and let's see how this turns out. And, yep, here we go. So it's Thundurus versus Thundurus, and that's gonna really favor Luke. However, the past 2 games were pretty long, so this may go to time. We'll see. It looks like he's okay. So Luke is playing pretty fast. He kind of knows that this could get the time, so he really needs to up that play speed and just play like the game could just end at any moment. So he will be able to get his Dynamo out, and maybe even... Okay, so he's going to end here, and let's see what the new 6 get. I did see a Junk Arm, so he may have wanted to maybe even just Junk Arm for Level Ball and get another Dynamo, and just set up for like the super fast turn 2 everything setup that Eel sometimes gets. And Stephan looks like he's gonna get a bunch of basics and then use Juniper. A pretty good deal for Stephan. However, he has drawn even more. A couple of his basics are EXs, and when it's coming down to the wire like this, you definitely do not want to drop those EXs down without some caution. They could just get picked off for 2 prizes. Not so much the Zekrom, but definitely that Mewtwo. He's definitely going to want to be careful about that Mewtwo that's in his hand. He might just want to throw it away with Juniper and just say, "Hey, I'm not gonna take that risk." However, Luke did get the first charge in, so he will be in pretty good shape. Oh, wow, Stephan even... Oh, so Stephan does drop the Mewtwo. And let's see what else. He drops a Thundurus. He has a plus power. So I guess he just goes plus power Juniper here? Nope, not playing down the plus power for some reason. Not sure why, but yeah. Maybe he did and I just missed it. He maybe just been playing so fast that I just missed it, but yeah. Here. So we're just going to see a charge coming out of Stephan, and yeah, he's going to... That charge, that like one catcher, might prevent Luke from taking a prize this turn. He is running the 40 HP Dynamo, so they do have a retreat cost. And there's the Junk Arm. Going to get a Level Ball. Maybe get another Dynamo. If he has a Switch or a DCE, he can get the... oh, he's getting Tyrogue here, and he's just going, hey, well, this catcher won't affect me too badly. I'm just going to Tyrogue or Dynamo, and then I'm just going to Juniper. Nope, he's getting 2 Level Balls here. So maybe he doesn't have a catcher yet, but he does have a Juniper and some Dynamos going on. So let's see if Luke can draw that catcher, or maybe draw a Switch or something, and just get some damage in. So, and does Luke draw catcher? I see a switch, see some energy. So he will at least be able to use Disaster Volt. However, I don't know if Luke has catcher. No, he does not. So he's just going to get in there for some damage. Drops down a third Dynamo. And now, yeah, just Disaster Volts. Gets in that first bit of damage. Stephan, it's going to cut off Stephan's options of Disaster Volt. He can't. If he does it, he will need to do it with a catcher for a prize. However, if he does have catcher, he might want to consider maybe getting out his own Tyrogue and knocking out his opponent's Tyrogue, or maybe saving that for later. So we do see a Pont coming down, just trying to fish out those catchers. Maybe fish out a Junk Arm for catcher, and he really needs to take a prize this turn. He can't allow Luke to just keep getting ahead with pressure, keep getting ahead with just by going first. So he needs to have some sort of disruption going on. So there is a dual ball. I think that was like 1 or 2 heads. It looks like it was a double head, so he's just going to get some Dynamos with this one. Maybe a Dynamo and a Tyrogue. I wouldn't bench the Tyrogue yet. Maybe just keep it in your hand for later. Let's see. I didn't see what the other basic he got was. So he's going to be getting a Dynamo and a Tyrogue. Okay. So he also has an energy. So looks like Stephan is pretty set. And he even has a plus power. So Stephan looking pretty good right now, but he really needs a catcher right now. But he's just going to settle for 80 damage. And now it is back on Luke. So Luke, he's going to need heals. I think I saw a level Junk Arm. So he might be able to just keep going using that one level ball over and over and getting out a bunch of stuff. Let's see. No, I guess not. I guess I didn't see Junk Arm. So what's Luke looking for? Maybe he might just attack with Thunderous here. Say, I'm gonna. I don't know. He kind of wants catcher. I would like to. So just by the hand motions, I think it is time. So I think Luke is turn 0. So knowing this, he does take a prize, go down to. Well, he needs the. Okay. So he does have a DC in his hand, but he's not going to need to use it. He will send up Tyrogue, Dynamotor back to that Thunderous, and then just use Mischievous Punch, knock out Thunderous, and just hope he gets tails, and then hope that Stephan does not have catcher. So we do see a heads. So Stephan will be able to return that prize in kind with his Tyrogue of his own. And this is turn 1. Stephan's hand, not too stellar, but he does have a level ball for that Dynamo. So he will be able to evolve that Dynamo into an Eelektrik. Yep, there we go. And he's going to be able to power up something. Probably power up the Thunderous again. Maybe N is like kind of a dead card at this point. So rather, it's just going to be used as a subpar draw. He might want to save the Juniper here for that plus power in his hand. But no, he's just going to Juniper right away. And let's see what he gets. Just gets a bunch of energy. Just gonna double Dynamotor here to the Thunderous, and just attach a Lightning to the Thunderous too. Definitely don't want to attach the Mewtwo. How many? Yeah, he has like a bunch of Lightning, so he can double Dynamotor fine. Yep. And he stays asleep. So that's kind of heart crushing for Luke. He was hoping that Stephan would wake up and Luke would be able to just take a prize and not need the catcher. But now Luke will need catcher for this turn and will be giving up one more prize. So he does have a Pokegear. Definitely going to want to use Juniper this turn, so let's see what Luke can do. I think he has a DC in his hand too, so he will be able to use Disaster Volt. Gets a Juniper. Yeah, there it is. So, Luke has to get catcher this turn. He hasn't played one all game yet, and he has to use catcher right here, right now. Well, within this turn, and just snag a prize. And it also has to be with a plus power on the Eelektrik. So he's going to need quite a bit. If he does drop the Mewtwo, he will have to knock out his opponent's Mewtwo. If he knocks out the Thunderous with Mewtwo, then that'll put Luke at 4, but Stephan could still just counter knockout with his own Mewtwo for one more prize. So he's going to look at his discard and just really weigh his options. He does have a Junk Arm. This time I'm sure he has a Junk Arm. Sometimes it's hard to see his hand, but this time I am 100% sure he does have Junk Arm. Let's see what he does here. He looks like he's going to Junk Arm that Mewtwo away. No. He just Junk Arm some other cards. He might have double Junk Arm. For a level ball, get out that Eelektrik. If he had, if he had some way to get plus power, I may have liked the drop Mewtwo DCE and then plus power, because either way you're going to need catcher. So, I think if he doesn't get catcher and Stephan wakes up, the game is over pretty much. So it's really coming down to him getting catcher. There is a Mewtwo DC in his hand, and a Juniper, so it's really whether he wants to say, hey, I have a plus power, or hey, I do not have plus power. He will be dropping the Mewtwo. Alright, so he's going for it all. He's going for catcher and plus power right here. He hit the catcher, but no plus power. And that's going to be pretty depressing for Luke. If, he could have, if he had saved the Mewtwo, he could have had maybe a Zekrom with the dual ball, and if he had another attach, he could have done it like that. Now, Luke can still do it, but he's going to need quite a bit more. But it looks like his best shot here is just to hide behind a high HP Pokemon and just kind of hope for the best. See if maybe Stephan has some way to get a catcher. And it all depends if Stephan wakes up too. But yeah, Luke in pretty bad shape. What he might want to do is catcher up the Eelektrik and force a... Because if Stephan has switch anyways, he'll just switch. But at least force a switch or a DCE. And that way he can maybe pull something out. But Luke definitely needs to send something up that's not 30 HP left. Yeah, let's see what happens. So yeah, he does catch up the Eelektrik. That's gonna slow down, maybe. That'll maybe slow down Stephan. And here comes a Thunderous for Luke. I think. Well, yeah, he's gonna play it down. I think I would only Dynamotor to it once, just for the free retreat. Or rather, just to give it free retreat. You know, all Stephan needs really is a DCE and catcher, because that Dynamo was not able to evolve. Okay, so it looks like Luke is just saying, "Yep, you're not knocking me out unless you have catcher and a DCE or switch." And that looks like it's going to be it. Yeah, Luke knows if his opponent has catcher, the game's over anyways. So there's no reason to not power up that Mewtwo. And does Stephan have it? I did see a DCE. Does he have the catcher? He has a lot of cards. He has a switch. And now does he have catcher? Huh. There's a gear. Looking for Juniper here. There's the Juniper. And now it looks like he's just going to Juniper for Giant and just say, hey, if my next 7 cards are catcher, I win. If not, well, you probably win. Yep, here's the Juniper. 4. And there's the catcher for game. Yep. And Stephan wins Game 3, going on to the finals of the Delaware State Championships. Thanks for watching, and come back for the finals.